Hi Capricorn, welcome to your extended. Okay. Here we goes. Oy. Okay. So let's shuffle through here. About this Page of Pentacles. Man, anyone who's making you feel small right now is just such a douche. Couldn't say that in the general, but I really mean it. These are people that are betraying you, letting you down, telling you they can't be there for you anymore, telling you they want the nature of your relationship to change. Excuse me. And making you feel small for no reason. Probably because you're doing so well. Probably because of the growth. Because you're, everyone can see that you're succeeding, that you're focused on your own thing. And it makes them want to mess with you because they're so much more comfortable with you handling their life. Two of Pentacles, Strength, and the Six of Wands. No need to go back and forth with this person. No need. Be strong, be independent, think about yourself, and move forward with what you're doing. Boom. If you have a Leo in your life, and they seem like they're vacillating here and there, they're not. They want way more with you than they're letting on. They're probably just playing some weird, I want to be the center of attention game, and you don't need to give into that. You do your thing and they'll come back around, but you don't need to cater to them. Excuse me. You don't need to cater to them. You don't need to stop your world now to see if they still like you or make them like you again or any of this BS. Because that doesn't work with Leos anyway. Remember, what happens when you chase a cat? They run away. That's the nature of a cat. So, if it's a cat you're thinking about, you do your own thing. If it's just someone who's making you feel bad because of the things I mentioned earlier, also, the Six of Wands is you move forward with strength, with conviction, putting yourself first, and you keep succeeding. And they can take their phase or whatever they're talking about, and, they can be that Nine of Swords. Why should you have to be that Nine of Swords? They can be the Nine of Swords. This person will come back around, whether they've hurt you with this news, whether it's someone who's playing hard to get, someone who is in some way implying that the nature of your relationship should change, someone who's saying that, they don't need you at work anymore. Whatever they're saying to you in this vein, they're going to come back around and they're going to be really, really sorry. So all you have to do is wait them out. And in the meantime, keep working on you and keep winning. Nine of Swords. They're the ones who end up feeling really stupid about what they've done and what they've said. They're the ones with a little time who realize that you're a super catch because you just keep doing you. You keep acquiring more skills. You keep acquiring more tools for this table. You're the one out here putting on a motherfucking magic show. And then we have the Lovers in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune. So if this person is a love interest, they're the ones who end up suffering for what they've said to you. And your luck just continues to grow because they've hurt you unnecessarily and karma's got you. If this is a Gemini you're dealing with, they're going through something. I don't think the Geminis realize that they're going through something. I don't think that they necessarily can process their emotions. As a Gemini, I'm saying this. I don't think that Geminis really know when they're going through something. It's something that really hits them later. But in the moment, it's very hard for us to process. So if you're dealing with a Gemini and you're thinking, what is going on with them? They'll be fine. They're just turned upside down right now. They're going to have some good financial wins coming in and they'll reset. Just give them a little space. That's all you got to do. If you've got a Sagittarius in your life, and this is someone that you've been meaning to start a collaboration with, start a business with, you see some long-term career plan with this person, amazing. But you might want to tell them, you may want to tell them. If you see them as someone that you could love long-term, that you could get on a long-term road with in terms of a relationship, also tell them. It's okay to say these things now. If this Sag is someone that you had a long-term relationship with, and now you feel like there's a few things that you need to say to them because they really messed up, Judgment card says, tell them. Not only do they deserve to know, you deserve to say it. Forget it if they need to know or not. That's not the issue. We're not concerned with what they need. You need to say it, so say it. Four of Wands. Four of Wands clarified here by the Emperor. So if you're dealing with an Aries, I don't think they realize how much the stability of your collective home life or work life, relationship life, parenting life, whatever your relationship to this Aries is, I don't think they realize how much that home stability is because of what you carry on your back. The unsaid stuff that you just do without ever needing credit, without ever making a big show of it. This Aries takes for granted that you do these things and keep these Four Wands in place, keeps this stability in place in the home. So as much as you may be upset with them for being egotistical or just being way too much, doing too much, just understand it's because of the luxury you've afforded them. So take that how you will. If that's a family member, what can you do? You love them, you do it, you don't even expect anything back for it. So boom, that's the nature of an Aries. They're going to think it's all about them. But if this is someone in a relationship with you, then you're going to have to really think, like, am I going to keep basically emotionally funding someone else's ego power trip here? I would say no. If you're dealing with a Cancer, there is a lot of good fortune, goodwill, good feeling, liveliness, happiness, growth that comes with this Cancerian energy. Now, this is not generally what we associate with Cancer, but Cancer is going through an explosive time right now when it comes to money, business, good luck. So their energy is really, really good. It's very positive. It's very forthcoming, very honest. It's just really refreshing for you because you've been needing a boost. Now, for those of you who don't have a Cancer in your life, and this is just the Chariot or the Cancerian placement across from you, there it implies relationships. And your relationships, especially your love relationship, has a lot of good energy coming in. The sun, the biggest planet, right? This huge star. You are feeling this expansive effect, especially when Jupiter goes into Pisces, because as a water sign, you know it's going to end up trining Cancer across from you. And it brings you enormous amounts of good luck when it comes to love, romance, relationships, if you want it. If you are dealing with a Virgo and you are starting to really shake your head like, ooh, there is a lot of lack in this person's mentality. Either they're completely focused on money and they don't talk about anything else, or they have been such a pain. They have dragged you to the depths of misery. And now for some reason they want you back, or they want to start talking again, or you've been thinking about them. Can you just put the swords away and the thinking away and just remember for a moment what you've been through? And if this is a Virgo that you're just getting to know, put them on ice for now. Give them a breather because they really need it. Now, if you don't have a Virgo in your life, and you're like, but this isn't, this doesn't apply to me. Well, it still does, because even if the Hermit isn't showing up as a person in your life, it's still showing up as something that needs to be done, something that needs to be implemented. And what's that? Wherever the sadness is, wherever the lack is, wherever you felt left out, abandoned, left out in the cold, you need to shine this light there. Shine that hermit lamp, figure out what it is in your past, take your time, put your thoughts away, really delve into your memory, and figure out how you started thinking this way. And from there, you'll be able to start unhooking yourself from it. And that's a really big deal because it looks like you have some pretty heartwarming, really, really important opportunities coming up. Doesn't have to be love, but Ace of Cups is usually love. In this case, someone who has so many cups to offer that you might get scared. Now you're thinking, should I trust this person? Should I not trust this person? Well, it's weird for you to go from not feeling, let's say, your best to quickly being involved with someone who kind of shows up out of nowhere. It's not the ideal situation, and it may give you pause, but it's very positive and can bring you a lot of happiness, a lot of completion, where you start to feel like, oh, this is what I've been missing. This is my better half. This is what I've needed for so long, right? Very positive. In this case, it can very likely be a Scorpio. Now, some of you are dealing with a Scorpio who has ghosted you, never to be found again, doing all the fuckboy behavior, and they've got you stuck in this cycle of overthinking that you are just desperate to get out of. Well, the cards say you need to remember who you are. You need to get back to who you are. Forget what they're doing. Forget what they're saying, what they're doing. It's completely irrelevant. The thing that matters here is that you remember that this is your energy, and you remember how you like to be treated when you're in this natural state. Excuse me. The Three of Pentacles being the long-term marriage, the profitable marriage, the extremely profitable marriage, right? The camaraderie, everything. Now, to trust yourself and your value this much is quite a risk, and it can cause some huge tower moments. And the Fool says, walk right off that cliff and let that tower fall. No remorse. And you are rewarded quite quickly with either a huge financial opportunity, a new business. If you're in school, this could be, something really beneficial in terms of your grades or in terms of social activities, something that really elevates you, right? So for that risk, you are rewarded, especially if you stay open to receiving that gift in many different forms, right? It's the difference between winning and losing, the ability to receive gifts in many different forms. Sometimes we get so hung up that a gift can only be exactly what we pictured. No. The true gift is not getting what you wanted, but becoming a person who can easily attract what you used to want. You're learning this. It's confusing. It has taken you a while of being stuck and standing still to get to this place. Now that you have gotten here, it will be difficult for people to remember that, reconcile that, forgive you for that, right? Because you've done some things. And then the Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Swords, clarifying the Page of Swords. So ultimately, until mid-June or so, the money is rolling in, but the heart situation, the love relationship situation seems to be getting a bit dire, right? And I think it's because you have some hidden pain, some hidden things from the past that you're just not sharing. And that's okay, because no one can blame you for not sharing, you know, horrific details of your life, but just understand that it keeps you at arm's length. That Nine of Wands is someone who has hidden things so rapidly that they don't realize that everyone can see them. Now let's see what's happening in June. June. If you're wondering what's going on with me and why I have asthma, so sometimes it acts up when there's like a dog or a cat around. All right, that eclipse is huge for you. Late May, that eclipse is huge, and it's going to bring up what you cannot get past, those cups you're still staring at, the thing that's keeping you from seeing this huge Ace of Cups in front of you. The eclipse is going to set you straight, and it's going to put you in a situation. If you are with a Libra, it's going to put you in a situation where you got to decide whether you stay or you go. And I think here it's looking like you go. Either because they find out that you don't want to be with them anymore somehow, or because you just come out and say it. Because you're just not with it anymore. And then you should pull back and go back to no reactions. Get your work done, plant your seeds, make them grow, find someone new to love. If you're dealing with a Taurus, you may find that they're being extremely harsh with their words, and it has something to do with an opportunity that I think they know you want. So they're trying to head you off at the pass by becoming angry about something else. It's really important for you right now to realize that the holding on to the toxic things is part of where the toxic addictions or habits come from. It's a way to suppress that. But there is a way out. Communicating what you've lost, how you've lost it, what you wanted, how you wanted it to be. Your dreams and ambitions for the future. This is all a really good way to bond. On top of that, you are finally able, through the help of company and friends, to leave behind something that for a while you thought would never end. You were just stuck. Six of Pentacles, Six of Swords. So if you don't want the crumbs and you don't want to romanticize the crumbs, what do you got to do? You got to walk away. Somewhere out there looking for you desperately is the other half of this picture. And until this guy here finds him, it's a problem. And then. Eight of Swords, Knight of Cups. Don't get upset if nobody comes rushing back. Don't get upset if there are no overtures from exes made towards you. It just means that you're lucky. You should keep communicating about this cord cutting. communicating with the people that know about it, that have done it, all of that. This will only add to your power. It won't take away. It'll add to your business. It won't take away. But you know what will take away? Getting stuck here. Snap out of it. I love you, love you. I'll see you next week.